TIFU by hiding in my girlfriend's room when her strict Asian parents suddenly came home. Backstory to this morning: since the lockdown for COVID-19 happened, I haven't seen my girlfriend for over a month plus. Our government recently relaxed the quarantine so we are allowed to go out but not loiter. Woke up to my girlfriend's call around 11 a.m. saying that her parents went out to get something. I thought, okay, I'll come over, return her a camera I borrowed, and maybe we can sit in my car around her neighborhood and hang out a while. It was a little rushed as her parents just left her house as I left mine. I'm about 20 minutes away from her place. She assured me her parents will be out for at least 1.5 hours as they need to get lunch. I drove as fast as I could and picked her up from the front of the house, and we drove to park nearby to hang out. After a couple of minutes, I asked if she brought some water as I asked her about it before I came, and she said no. She said, "Why don't you come in and take some water since her parents will still be far away?" I said yes, obviously, and went in, drank water, and we sat on the couch for a while to cuddle. I was a little paranoid, but I haven't seen her in a long time, so I needed it. About 10 minutes, we hear a car outside her house, and that's how TIFU, it was her parents. They were only out for 40 minutes. FML, we panicked. Luckily, I parked away from her house and took my slippers in. I contemplated just owning up and lying that I needed to use the toilet, but her mom is really difficult. She would assume my girlfriend was lying and get her trouble, and I haven't even met her parents officially as her boyfriend yet. If you are from an Asian family or have heard of Asian parents being strict about relationships, it's true. We both ran up to her room and I hid behind her door. Mind you, her room is really small. It's about the size of 2 single beds. Can't hide under the bed as she has to keep her door open and you can see straight under her bed from the stairs. The only place possible is behind her door. I stood there frozen AF as she went down to greet her parents. I could hear them coming in as I hugged the wall as tightly as I could. She came back up freaking out, but I reassured her it's okay. We decided to formulate a plan. She agreed, then went down to eat with them first. Meanwhile, I had to stay as silent as possible with no fan or air conditioning, so I sweated my ass off. 1 p.m.-ish. She comes back up and we try to listen whether her parents are coming up or not. They usually sit downstairs after lunch and nap, which they did. Gave me a little bit of relief as I could sit down in the floor. The space in between the door and her table is super tiny, which is uncomfortable, but I'm not complaining. 2 p.m. Her dad comes up to shower and her door is right next to the bath area. I can hear the water rushing. But good news, my girlfriend is in the room doing her work so she can look out. It's weird as I'm just standing up behind the door and looking at her look back at me. After his shower, her dad leaves to go to his store, which leaves her mom downstairs. She gets on a long phone call, which gives me a bit of room to relax. My girlfriend and I make out a bit to calm our nerves, and I gotta say it did help. For the next 3 hours, her mom stays downstairs and we try to formulate a plan, but everything involves the timing of her parents, which is impossible. Can't jump out the window cause it's grilled and she doesn't have the key. Around 5:30 p.m. her dad comes home and almost comes into her room. He asks her to print something, and she quickly walks to her door to stop him from coming in. I can hear his voice right outside the door. Thankfully, he walks away and goes downstairs to watch TV. And I swear, the universe wants us to suffer, because right after that, her mom comes upstairs and hangs out in the common area. My girlfriend had recorded a Zoom meeting, so she tells her mom she has a meeting, plays it, and closes the door, giving my legs a much-needed rest as I sit down. At 7 p.m., her mom calls her from downstairs that it's time to eat, and that's where we are now. It's currently 9 p.m. as I write this, and I can hear her family talking to each other. She has to turn off the lights, fan, and air conditioning, so I'm freaking drenched in sweat in the dark. I'm sitting down, but I've got pins and needles in my feet now. I would stand up, but the area is so tight that I don't want to risk making any noise. Oh, remember how I haven't eaten and need to use the bathroom? That's hitting me now. My stomach is growling, and I'm making fart noises. I'm so scared of getting caught because my parents would kill me too. My girlfriend and I will discuss our escape plan when she comes back upstairs. Update when they are done with dinner. My girlfriend brought me some water and biscuits, but I don't have the appetite to eat. Don't want to drink too much as I would risk needing to go to the toilet. She went back to do the dishes. Update 2: it's 9 p.m. and my girlfriend is in her room. She told her family she is playing Animal Crossing with her friends, so hopefully her parents don't barge it. We're gonna formulate a plan for me to escape now. I can finally stretch my legs. Update 3: we have a plan. 9:30 p.m. we're going to wait for their parents to head up to their room. She's going to check if their door is closed and where they are looking at it. She'll bring me downstairs and I'll hide in the storeroom. She'll then go and tell her parents she's taking photos of the night, and no worry if the door alarm rings, cause they have an alarm system in place. She'll unlock the main door, the outside small gate, and leave it open for a bit, gated and guarded area, so it's pretty safe. She'll go check on her parents as they like to look at what she is doing from their room. Once she's confirmed they are not looking, she'll get me from the storeroom. I'll go all the way out and hide behind a pillar in front of her house. She'll lock everything and go back up and check her parents are not looking out, and I'll walk to my car, so I don't startle her dog. Sounds pretty legit, as she knows her parents' schedule the best. Update 4:9:41 p.m. Showed my girlfriend this post and we're reading the comments. Really means a lot to us that everyone is supportive. Makes the nerves less frightening. We're hugging it out and playing Animal Crossing till her parents go to sleep at around 11. Update 5: I'm still here and it's around 10:30. My time zone is GMT +8 for those who are still invested. We're just preparing for when her parents go to bed, so we're trying to calm our nerves. Update 6: it's 11 but her parents are not sleeping. For some strange reason her mom decided to bake at like 10:30. Starting to think they suspect something. Update 7: yes. My girlfriend just went downstairs, and her mom finished baking and said she's going to sleep soon. That just leaves her dad still watching TV. I'm almost out, I can feel the wind already. Just can't get too eager and jump the gun. Update 8: FFFK. Her mom just walked past her room, heading into her own room. Her dad is also getting ready to sleep. Things are about to go down, guys. Phase 1 of our plan is about to commence. Update 9: her mom went to bed, but her dad is still watching TV. It's like 11:30 p.m. and he's still watching? At least her mom is in her room, so that's good. Update 10: OK, plan is in action. Her dad is now in their room and she is moving my stuff downstairs to the storeroom. I'll update once I'm inside. Update 11: took my last sip of water and went down to the storeroom. Phase 1 complete. Her dad is showering, her parents' door is closed. Now for the front door and gate. UPDA 12GF opening the door and the gate. I have to wait for her. 13 slight change, I went out the door together with her. Her dog isn't barking, so that's good. She has to open the gate. 14. Out the gate. Bending down. Waiting for her text me. 15. She's taking some photos to sell the story. Better not rush it. Her dog is getting very close to me and sniffing me thought the gate. Oh God, please don't bark. Final update. Freaking heck, guys. I made it. I just started the engine and my heart is pounding. I'm safe and sound. Time to go home. Got out at 11:53. Post clarification. It's 12:15 a.m. and I'm home sipping a hot cup of Milo, laughing with my girlfriend about the entire day. We just want to thank everyone who supported us through this challenging situation we put ourselves in. The nerves were real, and seeing how everyone wanted the best for us really helped us push through emotionally. We wanted to clarify a few things for the many questions we've received. A lot of people were saying this story is a fake, similar to other stuck in ____ room with family in house. Unfortunately, Asian people go through similar things and this is no exception. The strict family and rebellious child scenario. Same coin, different sides. A few people mentioned how this is similar to another post a year ago, and truth is, I was inspired by that post to share this story. It was a very emotionally troubling time for both of us, and after reading the mentioned post and seeing how supportive everyone was and how it made the OP feel much better, I thought it would a good idea for my girlfriend and I to do the same. And it did. It honestly helped us feel like we could make this work. I'm really sorry I can't prove it happened, but this was real to the both of us, and that's more important. We own up to this mistake, and that's why it's on TIFU. We messed up big time and have only ourselves to blame. But we survived and learned never to repeat it again. ADD. 4. Situation happened in Malaysia. It's a very hot and humid country, so it's very common for people to shower more than once or twice a day, and sometimes before we sleep. 5. We're Chinese. This is the most amusing part, and I'm glad everyone was concerned. Yes, I did have to go to the bathroom after I ate. It was rough. I was constipated due to not drinking enough water. Not only were my legs shaking, but it was also quite painful. Definitely not enjoyable. 7. 4 p.m, next day. Oh God, this is still going on in the comments, but I wanted to add something after my GF went through the comments. To those who opened up about similar stories about hiding or having strict parents, i.e., no friends over or always under watch, it really meant a lot to her that there are other people who go through the same thing as her, and I would like to thank you for sharing. She always felt like the odd one out of her friends. Not being able to go out, tight rules, etc., and it's good to know she isn't the only one. Some people don't understand this, and that's fine. Everyone grows up in different scenarios. It's not that she doesn't love her parents less, it just sucks to be in her situation. I wish I could give her more credit for what happened last night. She risked so much just for us to see each other. Thank you again for investing your time in this. Didn't expect it to blow up like this, but you guys helped us a lot. Time to sleep now. Good night everyone. TLDR came over to my girlfriend's house to see her and her parents suddenly came home and now I am hiding in her room as her family is eating downstairs. Comment. Something similar happened to me twice. This is from a few years ago when we were fresh adults. This one time we were having a home date at her place. She knew nobody was going to come back home till evening, so we were chilling. One thing led to another and we were almost going to finish doing the deed when the doorbell rang. Fuck. Panic. We both dressed up as quickly as we could. She shoved me in her bathroom with my pants and shirt undone and my shoes in my hands. I heard her mother talking to her but couldn't make out what she's saying. My heart pounding out of my chest. I dressed myself up as decently and quietly as I could. She opened the bathroom door after about 5 to 10 minutes and told me to bolt to the door along with her. It felt like a hostage rescue situation or more like president escort by the Secret Service. I just had to keep my head low and follow orders until extracted. I had no clue what was happening or what had happened till she texted me that it was the help and not her mother. She closed the door on her as she started cleaning a room. The help usually starts with preparing the food in the kitchen, which is directly in front of the only exit door to her apartment, but by some luck didn't. Edit second time was pretty much the same and I don't remember everything as clearly since I was much less freaked out. Edit 2, I missed out the part where I was thinking of things to say if we do get caught. Now I think they were one of the silliest excuses as my plan was to make it look too absurd/embarrassing, so it seems true. I'll tell you one that I decided to say for the sake of it. Hey Mrs. GF Mom, I was just driving through the area when I felt the urge to take a dump as my stomach is upset. Thank you for letting me use your bathroom. I'm sorry I didn't know GF was alone. Comment. South Asian here, brown. My parents have my entire life planned out for me and have as long as I can remember, from extracurriculars in grade school to my career to the type of girl I marry. I'm a guy, so they're not as uptight as these types of parents are on a girl, at least there's that. The only times I used to see my GF of junior year was in school, at parties, or when I'd tell them I was hanging out with my buddy Jack. We'd link at the movies with friends, then split from the group. I hurt my arm and had to get surgery that summer, and even though she had absolutely nothing to do, she couldn't even visit me because of my parents. That basically led to our relationship falling apart. Looking back, being a teenager would have been much better without controlling parents. Whoever reads this, don't make your kid be that one friend who can't sleep over or see a new movie because you think you know what's best. ADD. They assume everything I do is useless unless it's studying. We were that couple that people didn't really trash talk. That happened a lot when people go together, and most of our time was just vibing together. We could have been doing much worse. She was number 4 in her class and a musician, so it's not like she was a bad girl. But thanks, stranger. Ugh, I commute for college, so besides having wheels now, it's not much different. Bright side is I spend over 12 hours a day out of the house. I can go buy something without begging my parents. I got a debit card and my own cash, so I can buy gifts and things like that without hiding it. In terms of good changes, that's it. They're paying my tuition even though it's small enough that I can pay it myself without a loan, which is nice, but then they hold that over me. They won't let me dorm, so I have to spend 4 hours on the highway every day, which is bad because my car gets 17 miles per gallon. I can't even go into the major I want. They're forcing me into medicine. Worst part is still their partner policy. They want me with a girl of my race, which I absolutely hate. The girl I mentioned is Italian, which is why they couldn't know about her. The school I go to is near a large community of people of my race, which consequently makes them relatives, so basically I gotta hide every relationship I have until I can pay for my own housing, then get cut off by my parents when they find out, and not get inheritance or anything. My uncle married a black woman and was rejected immediately. His kids never met their grandfather and only met their grandmother on their deathbed. It's not the best, but it could definitely be worse, I guess. Thanks for listening to my rant, bro. Enjoy your day.